Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Jay Hollingshed, your personal high performance mindset coach and public speaker. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Today is episode 176 of 365, and this is Sunday, day one of the week. And on Sundays, day one, we discuss awareness and mindfulness. I see my firefighter tuning in already. Big Frank, I appreciate you. My frat brother, LA. What's up, Lenaris? I appreciate you, man. Everybody that's tuning in right at 10, I got to acknowledge you right on time. Those that are watching this on repeat, thank you so much for watching on repeat. My Aunt Gina Cecily, she's tuning in. My front row seats are always full because these are my season ticket holders, people. You want a season ticket holder, they're easy to get. They're easy to get. You just got to get here at 10 o'clock. So you want to watch this episode on repeat. You want to watch this episode in its entirety, go to my YouTube channel and you can get this episode along with all of my other episodes in their entirety as well. So like, share, the whole nine, tag someone and bless someone with it. I got to acknowledge Miss June. What's up, June Joyner? I appreciate you. You're tuning in as well. All right, so being that this is episode 176 of 365, it is Sunday. Let's get right into this awareness and mindfulness. Awareness and mindfulness. Now, believe it or not, as much as I talk about awareness and mindfulness, and as much as mindfulness is starting to become a growing subject in popularity in society today, there still are a lot of people that don't quite understand or get the concept of mindfulness and how practicing mindfulness for awareness affects them and their mindset and their thought processes. So what I'm going to do today is take you through a quick exercise, and I want you to follow along with me as I guide you through a thought and how you are actually going to separate yourself from the thought, okay? Let me repeat that one more time. I'm going to guide you through one of your own thoughts, and once I guide you through your thought, you will see yourself separating yourself from your thought. You are not the thought anymore. You are observing the thought. Now, the definition I like to use for awareness and mindfulness, for mindfulness is actually, mindfulness is a practice that builds awareness. What is awareness? Awareness is actually, I like to say that awareness is being cognizant of circumstances going on or happening around you as or while you yourself are a part of an unfolding circumstance. Now, with that definition, let's go right into this brief exercise. Here's what I want you to do. As human beings, we have all come across something that we have been challenged or faced with, and we always say, I'm not good enough for that, or I'm not good enough at that. So what I want you to do is think back on whatever that is or was that you say you're not good enough at, okay? I'll give you a second or two to try to think of it. What is it or something that you have said or that you are not good enough at right now? Something you'd like to do or something that you've been struggling with, and you're not good enough to be that right now, or you're not good enough to do that right now. Think of that and have it in your mind. All right. Now, and if you don't have it in your mind right now, feel free to re-watch this video and you can go back through this exercise and plug in whatever you want and separate the thoughts as we go through this exercise. Now, hopefully by now you have already come up with what it is that you say that you are not good enough at. Now, I want you to say to yourself, I am not good enough at this, whatever it is, at XYZ. I'm not good enough at driving a 5-speed. I'm not good enough to drive a manual transmission. That's me. That's what I'm saying right now, because I cannot drive a 5-speed. Now, so I'm going to tell you that right now. I am not good enough at driving a 5-speed to do that in traffic. Okay, I will definitely have a wreck. So I'm saying that right now and I'm putting that out there. I am not good enough to do that. So whatever yours was that I gave you time to think about, you say that out loud, okay? You are not good enough at whatever. Now, I want you to capture the feeling, the emotional feeling that the emotional feeling that you initially felt when you first said that. When you said it for the very first time, not here doing this video, but when you realized it. Like me, when I realized I wasn't good enough to drive a 5-speed or manual transmission, that was a long time ago. That was a scary feeling. That feeling scared me, okay? So that's the feeling that I'm capturing as I say that. I'm capturing that while I say that. So I'm saying I'm not good enough to drive a 5-speed. So I want you to capture that emotional feeling that made you say it in the first place. You can say it out loud and capture the feeling. Now, I want you to say this. I am having the thought that I am not good enough. Say that out loud 3, maybe 4 times. I am having the thought that I am not good enough. The first one you said, I am not good enough. Now we are moving forward to say, I am having the thought that I am not good enough. All right? After you've said that 2 or 3 times, I want you to move forward and say this. I notice I am having the thought that I am not good enough. Say that about 3 or 4 times. I notice that I am having the thought that I am not good enough. Okay? Now, as you go through those 3 statements in succession, do you feel the separation? The separation of you and the thought. There's a distinct separation there. And that distinct separation is the act of awareness in progress. Okay? That's the process of awareness taking place. The first time you said, I'm not good enough at whatever it is. The second time you said, I am having the thought of, I'm having the thought that I am not good enough. The third time you said, I notice I am not, you said, I notice I am having the thought that I am not good enough. Here's what's happening. The first time you are one with the thought. I am not good enough. You are one with that thought. You are one with that statement. You have claimed that it is part of you. It is part of your existence. That is your reality. Now, the second time you said, I am having the thought I am not good enough. That is you thinking, okay? You are thinking that you are not good enough. You are thinking that. The third time is a total separation. The total separation is it's a separate observation. You are observing the fact, you are observing the thought of you saying you are not good enough. That's the difference. Now, let me go back over the my definition of awareness. Awareness is being cognizant of circumstances unfolding around you while you yourself are in the midst of an unfolding circumstance. Yes, you are there. You are present in it. But at the same time, you can be present but not part of it. Okay? You have separated yourself from the actual, from that being your reality. It's kind of like you're walking in a crowd of people. Okay? And that crowd is, let's say the March on Washington. Hundreds of thousands of people out there marching on Washington, right? Okay, they're taking up the entire street. All you're doing is walking to the store. You're not part of the March on Washington. You are in the midst of that circumstance while that circumstance is unfolding, but you are not a part of it, okay? So that's like the thought of not being good enough. That's like you saying you're not good enough, but then you go forward to say, I am having the thought that I am not good enough. It's just a thought. You separated yourself from the thought. Just like if you were in that march on Washington, you have mentally separated yourself. You are not part of the march. You are actually walking to the store, which is probably across the street from the march. Who knows? But at the same time, there's a distinct separation. So that's what I want you to get, okay? I want you to have a full understanding of awareness and mindfulness and how that affects you and your way of thinking. So I hope you got something out of that today. My name is Jay Hollingshed. I am your personal high performance mindset coach and public speaker. I hope you got something out of that. And remember, as you think, as you do, as you act, and as you perform, you are always doing one of two things. You are either making an effort or an excuse. Keep that in mind. I'm going to drive that home every single episode. You are making an effort or an excuse that you are always doing. So, as I stated earlier, I am Jay Hollingshed. I appreciate you for tuning in. Be well, stay blessed, and as always, through love, be a blessing. God bless.